Noel Hentschel is the chairwoman, CEO, and co-founder of American Tours International. Based in Los Angeles, Hentschel has offices in Beijing and Shanghai. Today, she will talk about American Tours and China.
It was the United States of America that received the approved destination status, and I believe that was in 2008. And we were working very closely with the Chinese government and with the American government, with the Department of Commerce in the United States and also MOFCOM in China, as well as other departments within both of our governments through our relationships that we have established over the years, both in China and in the United States, to help to facilitate America receiving, being granted by the Chinese government, ADS, the approved destination status. And it was about 2004 that the Chinese, a delegation from the Chinese government came here to our ATI offices, and they said, we want ATI to send Americans to China. And we said, good, yes, we will. But we also want you to send Chinese to America. Then I was very excited of what we could do to promote tourism between both of our countries, and was invited in 2007 to go with our Secretary of Commerce, Carlos Gutierrez, and a trade delegation that we really had the very, very high-level meetings with the Ministry of Commerce and also with Premier Wen Jiabao, the focus to give support to our government and to the Chinese government together to make it happen. And then at the same time, I realized in China how important relationships are and trust, building trust. And that I believe that the best way you can build trust is to actually spend more time together. So I made the decision in our family that I would relocate and move to Beijing. The ATI was granted the representation office, and so we could have offices in Beijing that would represent all 50 states of the United States. 1808, ATI Beijing office opened.
What is real American experience for Chinese tourists?
We believe that the real American experience is, first of all, safety, and that means using the right coaches, because the best way to see the United States, the number one best way, is by motor coach. By motor coach,
on the road,
ATI motor coach, on the road. And so the first program we put into the market in partnership with the CITS, CYTS, CTS, CTIC, China Comfort, Shanghai Airlines, was first we created a Trust Travel Alliance, ATI did, TTA, so that those partners of the tour operators could tell the market that if they booked an ATI tour with the TTA Alliance, that they would be assured of the safety and the quality. Our groups from China was arriving on Easter Sunday. They were going to be in Baton Rouge. They were going to be on the way between Houston and New Orleans on Easter.
In April, right?
In April. And so we have very good relationship with the mayor of Baton Rouge, Kip Holden. So I called him and I said, Mayor, we're bringing in groups from China. Can you arrange for them to go to visit he's African American, can you arrange for them to visit a gospel service at your church? And he said, yes, we would love to do that. So he had at the border of the Louisiana border a police escort to bring the Chinese groups and our coaches to Baton Rouge into his church gospel service. And all the people were outside. It's an African American. You can only see that in the United States. It's very real America.
More and more travel agencies target the Chinese market now.
Yes.
So how do you stay on top of that?
You have to touch the heart of the people. We believe that our role is to continue opening up and developing together the relationship and the market, and for both ways. Because we do very complicated programs sometimes, like I just shared with you, most people don't want to put the effort into that or the resources into it. And we believe that it is the right way to build the market and to make it strong and interesting for the visitor. Part of our core mission is to be peacemakers. We believe that blessed are the peacemakers, and that's our role in our responsibility.
Yeah.
And it's part of our mission. And one of the best ways we believe to be promoting peace is by people getting to know one another. And that tourism is peace through commerce, we call it, and through tourism as being a key. And it also creates many more jobs for both countries, more jobs. And the more jobs there are, the more peaceful people are, because if people are working and they can support their families.
Yeah. You've been a guest host of the American show on China Central Television and a commentator on China Central People's Broadcasting Station. So how did that cooperation start?
It began many years back when we were first opening our offices in China, and I was approached by CCTV, which is cctv.com, and the idea then was about creating an America show, is what they proposed. After they interviewed me, I was the commentator with one of the commentators also from China, and we would interview people across the United States, Americans, inviting Chinese to come to America, and then showcasing different parts of the U.S. And then it was shown, it shows on the cctv.com that it's shown showcasing, whether it's Utah or California or Florida, the Hollywood to Broadway motor coach tour. So that was how it began. Guangxi is very important in China, but I also learned recently it has a positive and negative connotation. I never knew that it had a negative connotation. Now I understand why sometimes people feel it might. But I think if you can take Guangxi and actually make it based on trust and based on doing business honestly and being honest to the travelers that we take care of for both sides. And ATI worked closely with the Chinese and the U.S. government on the rules of the road. Every Chinese visitor that comes here is safe and is very happy and wants to keep coming back. And so that's where the friendship.
Thank you so much for your time for the interview.
Thank you so much, Chen. Thank you.